Good evening. 7 children are being treated for potentially serious injuries after a fairground ride collapsed ahead of a fireworks display in Woking. Air ambulance crews have transferred some of the children to major trauma centres in London. The fireworks display has been cancelled and people have been told to return home. Well, joining me on the phone is Oliver Trimble, who was at that fireworks display. Oliver, what can you tell us about what happened?
Well, I would just like to start by saying that obviously all my thoughts are with the children and family affected by tonight. It's a really horrendous.
Change
I really
people,
can't believe
please.
this is happening, but I was waiting to watch the fireworks, and about 10 to 8 this evening, as we were waiting, an announcement went out across the tunnels, across the site, saying that a major incident had occurred and that everyone wants to evacuate. And so I went back through the fairground area where the incident happened as I was evacuating, and saw some of the aftermath, which were people being treated for injuries. It was quite a horrendous sight to see.
I'm sure. Initially, reports from police were suggesting a Helter Skelter had collapsed, but they then clarified, and we can see some photos that were shown viewers, that the suggestion is it was a huge inflatable slide that had in some way come down or collapsed, or children had perhaps fallen off the top.
Right, I can't confirm what ride it was that had collapsed. I didn't see that. As I was leaving the slide, I believe you're referencing was still standing. It wasn't in a collapsed state, but I can't say which ride actually collapsed, unfortunately.
And it sounds like the decision to evacuate and the emergency services appearance was all very quick and very organised.
Yes, the emergency services were absolutely fantastic. Within minutes, the whole site was evacuated and they were on the scene very, very quickly, and everything was very orderly. I really can't fault the emergency services. It was a fantastic response, and there was an air ambulance within 5 minutes at the scene.
And in terms of the scale of this event, Oliver, were there a lot of people there?
Yes, this is one of Woking's biggest events of the year. Thousands of people come to see the fireworks. It's a really great display. And it was a really big event. There were literally thousands of people there.
And how quickly and efficiently were people able to leave and get out of the way of the emergency services?
We were told within minutes of the incident occurring that we were to exit via all the available exits. There were many stewards on hand to help with the evacuation, and I think people realising the seriousness of the situation reacted very calmly and walked out of the exit as quickly as they could. It was very organised. The emergency services had obviously been near the event anyway, since it is such a big event, and were already on the scene as people were evacuating.
Okay, Oliver, really good of you to make time to speak to us. I know a very unpleasant evening. Oliver Trimble there, who was at that event in Woking Park in Surrey, where 7 children have apparently suffered potentially serious injuries after the collapse of a fairground ride. We'll try and get a little bit more on that through the evening. Now, in other news, Leicester City players and thousands of